We hadn't seen superheroes that sort of look like us in the MCU before this.
Hello, hi, my name is Carla. I'm from Cineworld Cinemas here in the UK. We can't wait to bring this film to the big screens across all our UK cinemas.
5 years ago, Thanos erased half of the population of the universe. But the people of this planet brought everyone back with a snap of a finger. The sudden return of the population provided the necessary energy for the emergence to begin.
How excited were you when you found out you were going to become part of Marvel and the MCU?
Super excited.
Yeah, we hadn't seen superheroes that sort of look like us in the MCU before this. So, I'm a huge fan of the MCU, so I couldn't believe it.
It was a combination of excitement and shock.
How long do we have?
7 days.
We're Eternals. We came here 7,000 years ago to protect humans from the deviants.
And of course, with Marvel, it's all about avoiding spoilers, and there's a lot of secrecy. So how difficult was it to kind of keep to yourselves, what you were going to be doing in the film?
Not only what you were going to be doing in the film, but that you were in the film. You couldn't even brag about that. And that was difficult. Especially because I was doing a movie at the time with Sam Jackson and Ryan Reynolds, and they were talking about Marvel. And I wanted to tell them, hey, I'm one of you. I'm part of the family. I want to be part of this conversation, but I couldn't. That was difficult.
Yeah, I can imagine. How about you?
Oh, I only told my wife because I knew nobody else would believe it anyway, but I liked having a little secret.
Why didn't you guys help fight Thanos? Or any war, all the other terrible things throughout history?
We were instructed not to interfere in any human conflicts unless deviants are involved.
By who?
We need to find the others.
I haven't seen some of them for centuries.
Hi.
Hello.
This is what the end of the world looks like. At least we have front row seats.
And of course, we don't want to give away any spoilers, and we don't want to give away any of the story, but there is a lot of very important topics kind of being addressed in this film and a lot of underlying things. So what feeling or what thoughts do you hope that people walk away with when they leave the cinema after having seen this film?
I think people are going to have a lot of fun watching this movie more than anything else. There were obviously thematic stuff and philosophies that they'll take away from it. But more than anything, this movie's so big and it's so fun. It has so many different things in it. It's exciting to watch. There's romance, there's drama, there's comedy. It's just a really, really fun movie to see in theaters. So more than anything, all that other stuff is great, but people are going to have a blast watching this movie.
And they're going to have a lot to talk about. And I think Marvel fans love to have things to talk about and to try to discover, because there's some things that you have to really pay attention. And so I think this is the perfect film, more than even than the others, that I watched it now a couple of times. And even I was shooting and I'm like, oh, wow, I just saw what that meant. And I just saw what that meant. And so I think that everybody's going to walk out with something different, which is great. And it opens up conversation, but also the conversations are going to be interesting conversations. I think there's a lot of young people right now that are being undermined with the product that gets out there. They're very smart. They're having to deal with such difficult times. And sometimes they're not treated as smart as they are when it comes to entertainment. So I think they're going to love the film. And I think they're going to come out with different things. And that's what's great about it.
Yeah, and also for Marvel fans, this is opening up a whole new world in the MCU that's going to have like massive ramifications going forward, you know, like where Phase 4 goes now, this is where it starts. There's a lot of new stuff being introduced that's going to become very, very important.
You know what's never saved the planet? Your sarcasm.
We've loved these people since the day we arrived. When you love something, you protect it.
And talking about sort of the experience and sort of obviously seeing it on the big screen, at Cineworld we actually have the film not just in IMAX, but also in 4DX. Are you guys aware of what 4DX is?
Is this the one where you feel some of the stuff in the theater?
Yeah, so you have moving seats that move in time with what's happening.
Yes, I've actually experienced that.
Yeah, so you get the seats, but you also have wind and water and you know, there's lighting and bubbles and scents and like smells.
I love that. I think it's important because we want to have a different experience in the theaters that we have at home, and we want to be more intense.
You can't protect any of them.
Why do you think that this format could work really well with this movie?
Oh, there's so much going on. And it's so sensorial. It's so beautiful and sensorial and actually really sensual, which is another thing that makes it different from the other movies. It's very sensual.
Yeah, you can feel the texture of everything in the movie.
And there is a love scene.
Great. I think that's all we have time for. Thank you guys so much for everything.
Thank you.
I bet you've built the perfect safe house. I mean, what's this even made of? Vibranium?
Fall collection. IKEA.